update to a story we brought you first on Fox 54. Despite protests, letters, and now a lawsuit, the Heritage Plantation Homeowners Association is moving forward with plans to cull its Canada geese population. But the legal team for local residents is trying to stop that plan before it can take effect. What we know is that after the first judge in the case recused himself, it's now up to another judge to decide whether to grant or deny a temporary restraining order blocking the killing from happening. Fox 54's Caleb Aguayo shows us the latest from Heritage Plantation.
A pending temporary restraining order could save the lives of up to 500 geese at Heritage Plantation in Madison. But Angie Ingram, an attorney representing some nearby residents, says anything can happen between now and the judge's decision.
If this continues to go on and the USDA shows up and they capture and kill the geese, then the whole point of this has become moot. That's what we are fighting very, very hard to try and stop from happening. You know, we think there's a lot of problems in the way this was handled. And we think a judge, needs to see those things and make a decision. But if they're killed, there's nothing we can do about it at that point after it happens.
But even today, the association has put out feeders to bait the geese into groups. Now, its legal team says it's all up to USDA officials to come and do the job. However, the board's legal team says the culling is a critical next step after over 12 years of using other methods to manage the goose population in the neighborhood.
But the vast majority of the association wanted some reduction in the geese, and so since then, the association has been using alternative methods.
But some residents say they feel that the decision wasn't properly represented as a culling of the geese.
Euthanizing the geese is, if you mentioned that up front in the poll, I kind of doubt that things would have gone the way they did. It's not done until it's done. I would argue that, it probably makes a lot of sense given awareness. Now, there was not a lot of awareness initially, but now that the whole community is aware of it, seems like it makes sense to take a step back, slow down.
Even now, Irwin says while he respects the board's decision, he wants to see some other outcome, a decision that the HOA is bypassing entirely.
The association isn't ignoring its residents. Over 2/3 of the communications we've received from the members have been in support of the board's decision. There's a minority of people, a small minority of people in the community that disagree with the board's decision, and there's people outside the community that disagree with the board's decision, but it's not really our job to listen to people outside the community.
Regardless, that decision is still moving forward unless it's stopped in court. In Madison, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
The geese are still roaming the neighborhood today, but the USDA can still round them up anytime between now and when a temporary restraining order could be granted.